Good morning.
Goeiemôre.
I seem to struggle more and more every morning with this bloody program. Yeah. All right, good morning. This morning we are talking about KiwiSaver. I don't want to tell you what to do with the KiwiSaver. I want to tell you what's happening. And I want to tell you what I did, what she did, what everybody else did. And
What did I do?
I did it for you. Okay, there's water if you keep on
Thank you.
coughing like that.
Is this the one that the cat drank?
No, that's a new one. So, but yeah, have you ever heard of a French kiss?
Yes.
Do you know what a French kiss is? Do you know what an Australian kiss is?
Mm-mm.
Very much like a French kiss. It's just down under. All right, let's back on to KiwiSaver this morning. I had to break the tension a bit because I've been getting some calls this last few days, and people are asking me what's happening. Where are we? What's going on? And I sometimes wonder if these people don't look at their televisions, don't look at social media. There's a lot of stuff being thrown out now, and one of the big reasons why KiwiSavers have dropped overall, and I'm talking about every company. I have looked at all of them. Every company has dropped their KiwiSaver. And it's not because the companies took more money, or the companies don't like you, or your advisor don't like you. It could be that your advisor put you in the wrong place and doesn't like you, but anyway, let's leave it at that. What has happened? The whole world has gone crazy because everybody are tuning into the Trump and the American, how can I say, tariff war that is looming with all the rest of the world. To be in short, what has basically happened? America's exporting goods and America's importing goods. The same as New Zealand, as every other country in the world, because we need other stuff that we don't make or are too lazy to make or don't have. So all the years, everybody has imported stuff from America, and they've raised tariffs on that. Now, what a tariff is you bring the thing in for $1. Let's say we'll bring this in for $1, and because there's a tariff on this, it will cost me 50 cents more. The 50 cents go to the government. That's where the government make their money. And then I, as the end user, pay $1.50 at least before the markup from whoever's selling that to me. So I pay, from the startup, I pay more. And then whoever's selling this or whoever's the importer will charge me more because of the fact that they've done all the work for me. Okay. So even if I bring it in myself, I can buy this in America for $1, but due to the fact that it crosses the border, it's going to cost 50 cents more. And that has been happening with all the American products all the years, even those going to China and wherever else. And all that Trump is now saying is that it's payback time. But he went on a large scale. He didn't go small. He didn't say 10%. He has this morning raised China already to 125%. It was at 104 last night, and then China rose their import tariffs more, and he went up to 125%. Now, if you got a small brain, you can work this out. America's importing $440 billion from China. China is importing from America $140 billion. So America is taking $300 billion more from China. So the biggest loser here will be China at the end of the day. So, yeah. And with all that, the whole world has thought, oh, wow, it's the end. Same with when we had COVID. Everybody said, this is the end of the world. We're going to sell our shares. It's not going to work anymore. All the companies are going to bankrupt, blah, blah, blah. People sold off shares, and the prices dropped. As easy as that. Another interesting thing is that gold actually rose. And in any uncertain time like this, gold is normally the factor that rose. Now, if you look at what any economist said over the past period of time, all the economists said that gold will break 3,000 by the end of 2025. By the end of 2025. Gold has last month gone through the 3,000 already. It's running way, way above 3,000 already. I haven't even looked at what gold is this morning. I can quickly do that, but I don't want to waste people's time just for interest sake, because gold is a rather important factor. It's going up to 3077. It was higher than that. Then it dropped down below 29, and then it once again shot up. So gold is always a factor. The more gold they buy in, the better the economy is, because gold is gold is a solid standard. You can touch it. So in times of war, gold sells off like this. When it was COVID, gold sells off, but this has been a very good run for gold so far. But unfortunately, KiwiSavers are all in shares, and shares took the knock. New Zealand shares, by the way, has kept up quite good. I'm being quite frank. The good shares in New Zealand has kept up really good. But as your KiwiSaver is in 2,000 different share portfolios, a drop is a drop. So we've been down to about, I think, 5% by yesterday. I haven't looked this morning yet, so I tend not to look at my KiwiSaver when times like this are there, because I've got a longer term goal. My goal is until age 65 for my KiwiSaver. So it's a good morning. Good morning to Marius from a chilly Christchurch. All right.
It's also chilly Taranga this morning.
It's chilly everywhere this morning, eh? Interesting how the things have changed, I would say, in a short period of time. Yesterday wasn't too bad.
The mornings are chilly and the evenings are chilly, but the days are still quite good.
We had to go down to Auckland yesterday, and it was 21 coming back, so that's not too bad. But I could feel this morning as a nice pinch in the air. So yeah. So good morning as everybody else. It says morning everywhere. So that's a short about KiwiSaver for me. And if you are in KiwiSaver and you are in the right company, the best thing to do is just walk away. Just walk away. I know that's not what a lot of people want to know. There's some people that need money and they want to buy their first homes, those type of things. But yep, it's one of those scenarios where there is no plaster. There is no plaster currently. I can't say, oh, change. That's the last thing you should do, is to change anything else. That is the last thing you should ever do. So I can't tell anybody, oh, change to this company or do that or change your portfolio. If you haven't yet, it's best off to be stuck where you are now. Just keep in there. Heidi Hutton saying it is cold in Hastings. Good morning, Heidi. So yeah, Hastings, the fruit capital of New Zealand. Can we call it that?
I don't know.
I mean, if the Pookie can be the kiwi fruit capital, Hastings can probably be the fruit capital. So yeah. No, one of those things is, if you look at portfolios of the bigger players, the Warren Buffetts, those type of guys, Warren Buffett was in major amount of cash way before the time. And what I've heard yesterday is Warren Buffett is starting to buy American bonds. So that shows he has belief in America, which is a good thing at the end of the day. So, yeah. But soon this will also blow over, and people will once again sit in the sun of their investments. It's just to get through this bit of windy patch now. It's like winter. It's like winter. All investments, all financial cycles have got a cycle. That's why it's called a cycle. And this is just another cycle. And we had a cycle. And this is a very, I would say, this is a human-made cycle.
Yeah.
On a cycle, because we just came out of high inflation. And unbelievably, the figures look very good in New Zealand. So inflation has dropped remarkably. And I think from here onwards, things could start looking good. But I doubt if we will see big changes until September, to be quite frank. So if you've got a business, and I've said this the other day on a business meeting as well, guys, if you've got a business, keep the cash. Keep the cash. It's important. If you've got a business but you don't have cash, pile cash up somewhere. I'm not saying take the money home in a little bag or stuff like that. I'm just saying curb the expenses. It's important now to curb the expenses. If you're a businessman, and there's businessmen listening here, curb the expenses, guys. Make sure you can survive until September, October, because things are on the way that they are now. They probably will drop a percentage or two more. And it could be that other people are still out there and decide not to give you more work, and you're stuck on the same routine where you are now. Although the few businesses I spoke to currently is in the position where that's starting to become a bit better for them. Okay. It's not tons better,
but
it is a bit better. They are seeing the light. Yes, they have got cash reserves, and I'm so proud of what guys have done with their cash reserves, because they are starting to eat into that now. So, but the main thing is that they are surviving. They've got a future for them.
Mm.
So, the estate agent market, or the selling of houses, if you want to call that, in flat rate, that is still a weird one. Although the rates have dropped, I doubt if we will see a big improvement once again until September. I spoke to about 2 agents now, and everybody says they've got heaps of houses to sell, but they haven't got heaps of buyers.
Mm.
So if you are in the market to buy a house, probably you can squeeze somebody there to give you a bit of a discount somewhere.
Yeah, maybe it's a good time now.
Good time now.
Oh.
And then to the guys that are still in South Africa, I was just thinking now, I'm talking about KiwiSaver as if everybody knows what KiwiSaver is. KiwiSaver is very much like the retirement annuity of South Africa. The KiwiSaver is a way that government allows you to save some money, plus they give you about $520 odd per year if you save a certain amount. I think $1,200 per year. So that equates basically back to $20 per week. So if you put $20 a week away, government will give you the full allocation into your KiwiSaver. So it's quite important that you understand that you can use your KiwiSaver after 3 years of contributing. You can use that, and you can buy use some of that contribution towards your first house.
Yeah. And
a lot of people, that's a saving grace. They use that, and they do that. So, but KiwiSaver is actually made for age 65.
Yeah.
And a lot of people tend to forget that. KiwiSaver is made until age 65.
Because that's the only retirement annuity.
Only retirement annuity that you have in New Zealand. That's the only way. There's other ways to save money as well, but this is the only way that government helps you to save some money and to make retirement a bit nicer. I do have a few problems with retirement or with a KiwiSaver, being quite frank. At age 65, you can get everything. You laugh.
Yeah, I know.
The problem is people spend everything.
Yeah.
Because now suddenly they've got
buy a camper van. And
I say they buy a Holden and go and play the pokies, but
yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. At 65, they get $100,000 or whatever the KiwiSaver is worth, and they buy the toys that they never had, and now they don't have any money for petrol left. So yeah. The saving culture in New Zealand is not very good.
Yeah. But do you have a choice? You can leave it there and just
you can leave it there and you can draw a percentage or a figure per month, whatever you want.
Will it still grow?
Oh, it'll still grow, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it will still grow. I still believe you should be actively invested until the day that you die.
Mm.
So that's just my belief. I know a lot of people say, oh no, they're going to spend the money and so forth. Yeah, it is, but you don't know how long you will have.
Mm.
That's the biggest problem. Living too long is another big problem in our society.
Yeah, people get older.
Yeah. and a lot of people, and I'm going to be frank to say that, I would have said 60% or more of people do not have any idea what their age 65 will look like.
No.
Even I struggle with that final figure, because somewhere along the line, for me, age 65 is in 11 years from now, and I've got to have a final figure where I say, whoa, let's not kick the bucket. Let's call it a day. Sit on the beach and drink beer and fish.
I don't know if you'll ever get to that point.
Yeah,
some people have got this kind of personality that they can do it, but I don't think you will ever be able to do that.
I've got a plan in my head, and if I say it here, I'll be sharing it with the world. So my plan is from 60 onwards, and that's why I'm trying to get Zahn up to speed. Well, that's about 6 years from now. Let him take over the daily running of the business. I will just work with my clients and their needs, and that'll give me way more time to enjoy what I love doing, like fishing and so forth. I mean, I don't want to go out and one day be so old and say, oh, I've worked my whole life and now I'm too old to even go and fish. And a lot of people do that. Unfortunately, a lot of people do that. So yeah, I'm not preaching, but
any other advice on where you can save some money, or how you can look after
we've got different ways of saving money that we do as a company. we got other savings methods, very much the same as KiwiSaver.
Mm.
So if you in one of our other investments and so forth, the money's also gone down because it's invested the same way as the KiwiSavers. If you are brave enough, you can go below the stock market, or you can use an app like Shareacies or so. But beware, some of my stocks on Shareacies is down by 50%.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm going to be quite frank on that. But the thing is, I'm still buying more. There's a reason why. I reckon now it is a bargain. The companies behind that shares are good companies.
Okay.
I know once the market turns, they'll go back to where they were and better. And it's just a question of time from until when. And once the market has turned around, you're going to see good growth in this world. But I got to warn, it's still going to be dark for a few months. It's still going to be very dark for a few months. So we're talking September, October, really, to be quite frank. Don't be hasty until then. And the big reason behind why I keep on saying September, October, especially in New Zealand, the rest of the world as well, but especially in New Zealand, a lot of our mortgages becomes available only in September, October. I'm talking about everybody in New Zealand's mortgages. So they've all had high mortgages. From June, July, it becomes available, and a lot of these mortgages will now go for a lower interest rate, which means.
What do you mean it becomes available?
Oh, you've got a set term.
Wow.
Yeah. So you go into a mortgage, and for the next 2 years, you're set. You've got to repay this $1 million at, say, 6 or 7 or 8%. And as the interest rates have dropped now, a lot of these mortgages are coming available in June, July to refix.
Okay.
And they'll be refixed at a much lower rate. So it means there will be more spendable cash. And that is what smaller companies need, is spendable cash. We've still got government spending, but you can see they are reining in a lot of things. Government is not spending as crazy as they were when Labour was in, which is a good thing. It's really a good thing. They have let a lot of people go. They've restructured. They've made a lot of people redundant. I can't say it's a good thing because it's human lives down there, but it's better for the government, to be quite frank, better for us at all of the end of the day. And once government starts, so I would say, open the taps again, other places like the ports, the DHPs, all these stuff can start spending again. But it all starts down at the consumer, us at the bottom, the guys who's got the mortgages. Once your mortgage becomes less, you've got more money in your hand. It's not, those people aren't going to save that extra 60 or 80 or $100 per week. They're going to spend it somewhere.
Yeah.
It's either going to spend on stuff bought somewhere, or coffees, or meals, or fishing gear, or bait, and all the needed stuff in life.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing is, a lot of companies are restructuring.
Yeah.
So
and a lot of companies are still restructuring.
And we see a lot of people. The thing is, it mostly works last in, first out. So it's.
Yeah, and it affects people that we know.
Unfortunately.
So
the thing is, it's just, again, stressing the fact that you have to have a little bit of a backup. Money-wise, I know it's difficult when you immigrate. You put all of your eggs in one basket and it's all gone. But you have to kind of see where you can save before you come, so that you have a backup for if something like that happens. You have time to look for another job, but in that time you're not going to have any money. So it is a good idea. I know it's very difficult, and people are so desperate that you just take all the money that you have and you just leave. But it is important to just keep in the back of your head that something can happen, and maybe you can lose your job. And what will you do then?
And the big thing is, a lot of people tell me, "Oh, we've got no money left." And if you work through their bank statements, you see they have no money left. But I can always prove to them why they don't have any money left, because near the next payday they say, "Oh, we've got $100 left," and then it's off to where else? Here we go. It's not okay. Let's take this $100 and put that in the savings account, so there's nothing left. So, and start saving. If you want to start saving, and I've said this many times already, start with something small. Start with $50 a week, but do it every week. You have to do it every week. Go into your bank, get that or debit orders set up down there, and put the money in a company. Don't put it in a different savings account because you are going to use it. That is, I was like that. I would take it from my main account, put it in a different savings account. Near the end of the month, I would say, "Oh, I still need this," and I would just use it quicker. I will put it back, and you know what? I never put it back. That's the one drawback. So if you take it out of the equation totally, that you can't see it, put it into a company and leave it there. There it is. If it goes up or it goes down, you should not be worried about that because that's a longer-term savings plan for you. Put the money in there. If you really can save, you must have at least somewhere like 2 months or 3 months of salary. That is just if anything goes wrong, just to tide you over. This you can do in, let's say, in a credit card. You don't get, like in South Africa, you get interest on credit cards. Yeah, you don't get.
But at least it's out of sight.
It's out of sight. Yeah. So I've got a credit card for 8 years. I've never used the thing. I think it's probably time that I should close it down.
Yeah,
So,
I think the limit is like $500 or something.
And I got so much crap of that $500 when I applied for my first home loan.
I'm like, there you go. Because you have to remember in New Zealand, everything counts against you. Nothing counts for you.
I eventually said to the lady, I said, just close the thing. It's the easiest way. I've never used it. Go and look there. You can look at it. I've never used the credit card, not even once. In what was it, 4 years' time? Yeah. I said, just close the thing down. But they don't want to close it down because it's their bank's credit card. But yeah, they want to give me crap about that.
Yeah, it is difficult.
Yeah. So
you say just keep hanging.
So as Mariska said,
stress too much.
A Chile Christ Church, it's a chilly part of the finance world now. You are in a chilly part of the finance world now. And you can either pick up a cold by withdrawing your money from KiwiSaver and moving it to somewhere else. If any advisor tell you that, they are totally wrong. They are totally wrong, to be quite frank. There is companies still doing better than the rest. They are also negative. I had a look at yesterday. Everywhere, everything is negative. My own shares is negative. The interesting thing is I've got a few shares in companies, big companies in New Zealand as well, and they're not negative.
Okay.
The Fonterras, those type of things. I've got a few, and the banks are all positive. But that is direct shares. But this will only form 2% or so of your share portfolio in total. Yeah. So your total share portfolio will look negative at the end of the day. So just keep that in mind. As soon as this is over, those shares will start climbing again. And normally they climb very well. So if you are contributing towards a KiwiSaver, towards a saving plan, not in the bank, keep on doing that because you are buying in now at a lower rate than previously. 3 months ago, if you bought, let's say, $100 a week, you would have gotten this amount of shares. Now you're getting this amount of shares because share prices have dropped. So once the market turns around, that will work in your favor. And this is not something I thought out. This is a very, very old technique that most of the traders do. As soon as it goes bad in the world, you keep on buying shares because shares are at a discounted price. Make sure if you are into direct shares, and sorry, this is not financial advice. This is what I do. I buy quality companies. There's dodgy companies out there that can go bang. And once a company go bankrupt, yes, you will lose your money. It happened to me with Smith City. Luckily, I only lost $500 there. But it was the one and only time that I've ever lost money due to a company going bankrupt. For me, whatever I'm in now, I know it's good companies. And I'm in some banks. I'm in Fonterras, those type of things. Believe it or not, I'm in Tesla and in the Rocket Lab as well. They've gone down to 50%. I still buy because I do believe they've got a future once this is all over. But don't quote me on that, and don't go and buy the Rocket Lab and tomorrow say it's because Jan said that I've lost money now. So you got to make up your own mind. And if you are really struggling, we will give you some expert advice from this side. But please make an appointment so that we can get it all on record for you. But wherever you are, if you've made a decision on a good company and you've been buying those shares, don't run away now. Keep on buying. If you still believe it's a good company, there's a lot of things that can make it a bad company. But I haven't seen a lot of those the last few months. The one thing that makes companies better now, and believe it or not, is the fact that they are restructuring. They are firing people. Why does it make them better? Because everybody thinks they are the pigs. It just makes the expenses less.
Yes.
So that makes that company earns $100,000 and the expenses were $80,000 because they were paying people. Now they're paying $60,000 to people because they fired 2 or 3 people. That gives them a better net rate at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And just makes sense. So
yeah.
And guys, if you are out there and you have lost your job, reach out to us. Let's see. I know it's a shit time if you lost your job. It has happened to me once in my life. But just reach out.
Yeah. The thing is, the more people you speak to, the more people can just listen around and see.
And
maybe someone knows about something.
And the other thing is, we've got a lot of Facebook pages. Run an ad for yourself. Say, I've lost my job. I am a plumber, electrician, train layer, whatever you are, and you are in this area, Tauranga, Christchurch, wherever you are, and find out. Somebody will know somewhere.
Yeah.
So somebody sent me a CV the other day. It's a person that I know, so I know what their circumstances was. And I phoned one of my friends at 11 o'clock the night. That guy came back to me, and he gave me 2 companies which would be hiring. And I sent it through to him at 3 o'clock yesterday morning.
Yes.
And I still got to phone him and find out if he has found anything. But that's just the power of speaking to other people. Yeah.
Just speak to someone.
Yeah. Because until he sent me the email, I didn't even know he was
struggling.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So
no, you have to. And the thing is, with especially in the South African community, people really look out for each other.
It is.
So they will do what they can to help if they are able to help.
And if you are in New Zealand, it's easier already to help you. And if you don't have a problem with AEWV that's got to be transferred from one company to the rest, it's even easier. Even easier. So let's be out there. Let's help each other. And if you've got jobs, guys, please give it to us.
Yeah.
We love advertising jobs. We're not going to charge you anything for that. I promise you. That's a free service I do. If you've got jobs for South Africans still in South Africa, please let us know. If you've got jobs for people down here, please let us know. So, that's quite important that we start taking hands and help each other, because you're not alone. You're not alone.
And it takes so much of you to get here.
Another thing is, I don't like people going back to South Africa.
No, everyone wants to do what they can to keep everyone here.
And I know sometimes people forgot why they can. And it's quite important that you have to remind yourself. I had to do that a lot of times to remind myself. And for me, it was easy. I just looked at carte blanche for 5 minutes and I got angry and I'm glad I was here. All right. It's that time of the morning. Let's hope the weekend is looking better. So,
I think it's going to start getting colder now. We had a lovely summer. We really can't complain.
We had a long summer.
And it's still, in the day, it's still really nice. And I mean, we're almost in the middle of April. So it was really a good summer.
Marius, if you can buy yourself a puffer jacket, it's going to become chilly in Christchurch. Presumably, we will spend some time this year in the South Island as well. It looks like that. So, most probably in the Ashburton area so far. I'm speaking.
I think so.
Yeah. So probably we can arrange a braai with Marius, and I'll bring my puffer jacket because I think it's going to be cold out there. So, all right, guys and girls, thanks a lot for listening to us. Next week, same time, same place. Remember, if you are on YouTube and you see this video, please like and subscribe. It just gives us a bit more. How can I say? It gives us a chance to reach more people. All right. Have a great day. Go to work now. Thanks, Abe. Bye.